This is Mayo from the Invisible Orange, and this is the orangEzine Video Wall, Episode 2. In this episode, we will have an interview with the death metal band from Vancouver, Atræ Bilis. We will also have a recap of the Orange Sessions Volume 1. We will also look at the most recent releases from metal BC bands. And of course, we'll have music. We will have a video from Atræ Bilis. We'll have a video from Tribunal, and we'll have a video from Saints of Death. And we're gonna get it started with the interview with Atræ Bilis. Let's go. Hey, we're here with Atræ Bilis at Rain City Studios. Guys, how are you?
Good. You?
Yeah, all good, all good. Excited to have to be with you here for the interview.
Us too.
First, the basics. Your names and what you do for the band.
I'm Luca. I'm the drummer in the band.
I'm David. I play guitar with Luca and the other two guys who aren't here. We've also got Brendan, who plays bass, and Jordan, who sings.
Okay, more about the basics. When did Atræ Bilis form, and how did it come to be? How did it come to life?
It was just a chance meeting at Audiophile, which is a record store on Commercial Drive. We just started talking records, and we figured out we both played instruments and
Different instruments,
thankfully. Exchanged phone numbers and jammed within a week from then.
Yeah, we've been jamming ever since. I think that was late 2018.
Yeah, it would be like August or September 2018.
Yeah. So we were jamming for a little while before we found the other guys. The name is a Latin name. It translates to black bile in English, which was a malady that was used to describe people with sadness and depression back in the 1600s. And it was from a book that I was reading when Luca and I were first playing together, called The Anatomy of Melancholy.
All right.
So,
yeah, and how did the sound come to be?
it's a good question, I think.
In the room, in the jam space, I think we even wrote the first song already on that very first session, which was pretty crazy. But then again, that inspired us to just, keep pushing and just going forward. And a variety of ideas just.
Yeah, we never set out to sound like any specific band. We both knew that we listened to the same music, which is how we first met. Had a feeling that it was definitely going to be death metal, but
record store, you like that?
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Yeah, what we were holding, it was like Cruciamentum, Scorpions, Celtic Frost.
Yeah, a variety.
Yeah. I knew I was going to be jamming with somebody killer, right? So. But we had no expectations from the outset. I think we even said that when we were first starting to jam. We said just no expectations. Let's just see what happens. So it's always been that way.
And suddenly, boom! You have an album coming up.
Yeah. So we've already had a majority of the songs written. Actually, before the other two guys jumped in, then we did some arrangements and rearrangements together. Came up with 6 songs. We thought that was, pretty sufficient, to be our first, a debut record. So we really call it an EP because it's only under 23 minutes long. We had it. We already knew we wanted to record at Rain City. Got in touch with the guys here.
I feel there's a lot of anticipation for the album. When the first single came out, I really liked it. My friends liked it, and I see the comments in YouTube from people all over the world, and it looks like that expectation is out there. How do you feel about it?
I think it's interesting because, I guess being in the position that we're in, nobody really knows what to expect, which I think is definitely working to our benefit. There's the mystique of the artwork, and we're playing a style of music that's it's people don't know our sound yet, and they're learning our sound through these singles. So it's exciting. I guess how we feel about it, we're very proud of this band and the plans that we have. So as amazing as the enthusiasm has been, and as grateful as we are for people to be listening to our music and taking note, we're just like itching to do so much more and get it out and be playing, and we're just so hungry. So we're good. We're excited. As I said, we're grateful, particularly given how saturated the death metal scene has been recently. So to be standing out somewhat and taking some people's attention is very humbling. So I guess we are grateful to the people that are actually taking the time to listen to the recommendations that yourself and other people are putting out there. Because if it wasn't for people like yourself, we wouldn't have the presence or the growing presence. So thank you.
Yeah, so we've been in touch with several labels. There was a couple of them in Europe, United States, and we finally settled on a deal with Transcending Obscurity, which is based out of Mumbai. And yeah, the guy's doing an excellent work. You guys should check it out. Tons of killer bands, very, like nice looking releases and packages that he offers. So he got us a really, we were satisfied with that deal, and he went really above and beyond from, already, and more to come. So yeah, it'll be stoked.
Yeah, we're not sure when this is coming out, but the official release date is August 14.
Yeah.
So it will be released digitally, on CD, and on LP as well. So yeah, if you haven't ordered a copy yet, fucking order one.
You mentioned too that the response has made you proud about like all the plans you have, or to make even more plans. Like, what are some of those plans that you have?
Touring. Yeah. I mean, we love traveling. We've got a lot of friends abroad. You've probably noticed. Luca isn't originally from Canada. I'm not originally from Canada. You're not originally from Canada. We all love traveling, right? So if there's a way that we can continue to connect through music, as we're doing here in Canada, playing music is the best way to do that.
What else is happening in your life outside music, personal, professional, that may or may not have an influence also in your music or as an artist?
Okay, so two of the guys aren't with us. I feel it'd be weird not to mention what the other guys do as well. So Jordan works as mechanic maintenance, and yeah, he sings with us. His personal things going on. He's moved into a new apartment semi-recently, so he seems pretty happy with that. Brendan, our bass player, is very active with his own personal projects, which definitely lends to a lot of the musicality in Atræ Bilis. He plays a lot of really bizarre, out there, experimental Black Death stuff. So definitely go check out the likes of Demagogue, Hermit Cult, and some other projects that he's doing.
He's getting married.
He is, yeah. Yeah, so that'll be good. We'll get to suit up and get drunk. And,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And for you, my friend.
So I just became a Canadian resident after a long time of stressful stuff and finances. So it's nice to kind of relax back into feeling somewhat acclimated here in Canada. And for a job, I'm an acoustical consultant, which is a glorified name for noise and vibration control specialist. Yeah.
And I just became a dad to a baby
Congratulations.
girl. So thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I saw someone else ask this before, and I think it's pretty cool. But if you could pick a band to do a cover of one of your songs, would you like to?
without
do that.
sounding douchey.
I've got an idea actually. I'd love to hear a band like Shellac do one of our songs. I think that would sound fucking so much heavier than how we sound as well somehow. Yeah, with the Travis Bean guitar tones and just that big airy drum sound that Albini is known for. If I was going to be indulgent, it would definitely probably be a Shellac cover of one of our songs.
That's very interesting. Yeah, I don't really know. What about someone like Full of Hell? Or
That'd be
something different, yeah.
That'd be intense and different.
Any final words, messages?
Final thoughts. The final thoughts. There's gonna be more coming pretty soon. We're actually like really excited for what's coming next.
So, more material ready.
Definitely more material. Weird, chaotic, very death metal. Maybe not the way you're used to.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Atræ Bilis, for your time, and we enjoyed the interview very much. I hope everybody's enjoying the interview as well. Here at the Invisible Orange, we have been working on a few projects now that we are not having live music and shows, and we dedicate ourselves to try to create venues and channels to connect the artists, the bands, especially the local ones, with us, you and me, the fans of metal music in Vancouver, in BC, and in the region. First of all, we started a new website, the orangEzine.com, which is a portal for news. It started just with canned news and press releases we got from labels and around, and we were just putting it up together. Those were news we had in a section at the InvisibleOrange.com website, but we launched it as its own website for this channel, then to have also original content that we're creating. And the first one of those ones was the interview with the Canadian doom experimental doom band Vile Creature by Claire. Then we also added a couple album reviews. The first one was from Sasha for Disavowed's album Revocation of the Fallen. And more recently, we got another review from Danny for Ensiferum's recently released album Thalassic. And our most recent publication is an interview with the new death metal band from Vancouver, Carcosa, by Kim Abley. And if you want to collaborate, then just get in touch with us. We're happy to get all the content coming, so just get in touch and help us out, put the word out. In the meanwhile, we will keep working on bringing in more of this contact. Of course, we're also using it to host our 2 video shows. The first one, the biggest one, was of course the Orange Sessions, of which we're going to have a full review later on today. And this one, the orangEzine Video Ball, we had episode 1 last July 1st, and this is episode number 2. And we already have the plans for number 3 and number 4 as well. Of course, if you're a band, you want to be part of any of these projects, of course, get in touch with us, and we'll love to get in touch with you, of course. Last July 5th, we premiered the Volume 1 of the Orange Sessions. Thanks to Jack Griffiths, who masterminded and put everything together. We have sets from 4 great bands. I think it was a great success. We had a lot of interaction with a lot of people. Many of you watched them live during the premiere, and many of you, I hope, watched it since then. It's published here in the website, as you can see. We had sets from Ape War, who produced their own video there in their own jam space. Fun and high energy set. Great job from the guys from Ape War. One of the first bands to jump in and work hard on their material, like really fast. So kudos to them, and thank you for your enthusiasm and being part of this project. Then we also had a set from Fallen Stars. Fallen Stars, where the lead of the band, it's also part of the production companies Support the Scene, and they produce different videos for many different bands. So they produce their video, very high professional quality, and they also perform set with songs from their upcoming album Execution, as well as some classics from Judgment. We also had a set from the Black Hand post-metal doom band Lucia. Lucia came on board with an existing set. This was from last year at the Astoria, So you were able to see a crowd in that video. This was from their debut of their EP Monuments Adrift. Lucia also jumped in to help and be part of the project really quickly, so we also thank all of them for believing in this project. And we also had a set from the band Tribunal. It was produced from the Support the Scene guys as well, and excellent production. I was blown away by everything around it, like great lighting, great sound and movement. That's where we're going to have the next video coming up. It's from the band Tribunal, and this is a song, Apathy's Keep. Without access to federal government support, over 90% of Canadian independent music companies are predicted to permanently close within the next 6 months. If venues are forced to close their doors for good, musicians will have nowhere to go. No shows, no money, no music. We are asking for government support to help independent music venues survive the pandemic until mass gatherings can occur again safely. You can help make this happen. Take action. Go to supportcanadianvenues.ca and learn more about what you can do. supportcanadianvenues.ca. And there's one more feature that we added to the orangEzine portal website, which is the Metal BC album music release calendar. We have there in this list the releases for 2020 so far, and some hints on what we have heard of bands that are planning to release music this year. Please check it out. It has Bandcamp links where you can find the music, listen to it, purchase the music, and support the bands, our local regional bands, which is where there is a lot of talent. Today we're going to take a look at what has been released or is planned to be released for July and August of 2020. In a future episode, we're going to do a review of everything that was released before July. You can always watch it there in the website, but for now, let's take a look at what we have this month. On July 1st, Torify released the album Life is Bad. We had a video from this album on the first episode of the Video Ball, if you remember. Great album, high energy. If you're into black and thrash metal, then check it out. On July 3rd, Road Rash released a single, Wild Heat. July 10th, Saints of Death released Ascend to the Throne on Head Rattle Records. We are going to check out a video from Saints of Death later today, actually, right after this episode. On July 17th, we had two releases. We had an album from Liberatia, thrash metal band from Vancouver Island, released their album Where the Gretsch Lie Slain. And on the same day, Demon Cleaver released their debut EP, self-titled Demon Cleaver. And we are planning to have music videos from both of this band, Liberatia and Demon Cleaver, on the next episode of the Video Ball. Then we enter August, and in August, on the 14th, Atræ Bilis released Divinity of we talked about it earlier today, and we watched one of the music videos. A lot of options that are released on the label Transcending Obscurity. There's very cool packaging, box sets, wooden box sets engraved, and it's very limited edition. Check it out there you can buy it through Bandcamp or through Transcending Obscurity. And finally, on August 21st, on Napalm Records, Unleash the Arches released Abyss, the awaited new album from Unleash the Archers, for which they have released already a couple of videos. But for now, we have a music video from Saints of Death and that recent release album, Ascend the Throne. The song is called Repentance. We're going to preface the music video with some words that they sent to us. After that, we'll check out the video Repentance from Saints of Death here on the Video Ball. The song Repentance is about the problems we all face day to day. It's about the struggles we deal with in our own mind. Sometimes you become your own worst enemy, self-sabotage or doubt yourself. We all deal with struggles with mental health in different ways, and this song is about finding repentance amongst the dark. The album has been a long time coming, and we cannot wait to get it into the ears of our fans. After dealing with lineup issues for a few years solid, we finally have a solid lineup that we're back to kicking ass. The current lineup has been together since 2018, and we have really gelled as friends and as band members. Naturally, with this kind of chemistry going on, it was finally time to record a new album. Like the first EP, there is diversity between each song, allowing each them to stand out as hard-hitting singles. There is also the consistency that allows the songs to come together as a great album. We talk about important topics such as the trials of society, corruption, and corporate greed, mental health, as well as few other topics on this album. Saints put a lot of hard work and passion crafting this album and making it what it is, and we cannot wait to show it to the world.